Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we do have some news out of the western part of our state where measles cases are continuing to increase due to likely the measles outbreak that's ongoing in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now the Department of Health and Human Services says 2 unvaccinated siblings in Buncombe County are the latest cases in the state. The state also says that both are connected to the ongoing measles outbreak in Spartanburg County, South Carolina. DHHS says so far there have been 7 confirmed cases in North Carolina. Buncombe County now has 5 cases, while Polk and Rutherford counties each have 1. All 7 patients are under 18, according to the DHHS. And in other news, we want to highlight an arrest that was made over a fraud investigation. Now, in November of 2024, Kinston police officers were called to Signature Healthcare for a reported case of fraud. A preliminary investigation determined that 45-year-old Hildaris Parker Green had obtained debit card information belonging to a patient and used it to make unauthorized purchases. Warrants say that Parker Green spent at least $2,200 using the debit card information and attempted to spend more than $6,000. Investigators got warrants to arrest Parker Green in 2025 on the following charges: 9 counts of identity theft, 11 counts of attempted obtaining property by false pretenses, 9 counts of obtaining property by false pretenses, and exploitation of an elderly or disabled adult. Now, Parker Green was arrested yesterday and taken to the Lenoir County Jail under a $50,000 bond. And now for your weather forecast. It is again a day where we are looking at sunny skies, but cooler temperatures than what we had yesterday. But the focus right now is more on this weekend's forecast, particularly Sunday, where we could see some snowflakes come down across eastern North Carolina. We're going to have a cold front move across the east late Saturday night into the early hours of Sunday morning, driving air temperatures down ahead of a coastal low that could swing some moisture back in to eastern North Carolina. Here are the details that we want you to know. Again, this is going to be a midday, right around lunchtime to midnight event. This is happening all on Sunday. It's not happening Saturday. If you wake up Sunday and you expect to see snow all over the ground, not going to be the case. Sunday at around lunchtime, inland areas will start to see flakes falling. Now, it will be rain to start because air temperatures by the time we get to around lunchtime should be in the mid to upper 30s across most of eastern North Carolina. But as that rain and that snow start to come down, it's going to lower our air temperatures. That will make it more likely to see those snowflakes come in as we head towards really your kind of middle afternoon to tail end of Sunday evening and then through Sunday night. Anticipating most of the moisture will be pulling away from the coast around midnight. But for those of you along the coast, I think 80 to 90% of the coast is looking at pretty much strictly rain showers. Now, those of you watching north of Oregon Inlet, you guys have a potential again seeing those snowflakes come down as the system exits. But as far as accumulations go, still a little bit soon. We got to see again if this low pressure system that's going to be developing off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, if that is going to change its position at all. If it does, say it works its way a little bit further inland, then we may have to adjust who gets snow and how much snow we could potentially see. And too much moisture will lead to air temperatures actually, well, cooling down at first, but it's going to leave again the kind of a layer of water on the ground, and that's going to make it more difficult for ground temperatures to fall quite as fast as what they need to if you want to see snow accumulation. So we're kind of riding a fine line of if we get too much moisture, then again we'll have difficulty getting any snow to actually stick. If we get too little moisture, well then obviously we're left without snow. But right now across eastern North Carolina, looking at sunny skies, we've got 41 degrees in Greenville, west-northwesterly wind at 7 miles an hour. And that 7 mile per hour breeze, it's making 41 feel more like 36. It's chilly out there, and it's really not going to get a whole lot warmer than where we're at right now. We may see another degree or two rise as we head towards 2-3 p.m., but I wouldn't anticipate a big jump in heat coming up this afternoon. Now, for tomorrow, we are going to notice a rise in air temperatures. Over the past 24 hours, we've seen the opposite. Most areas have dropped by about 10 to 15 degrees when compared to yesterday's temperatures at lunchtime. Normal this time of year is right around the mid-50s for your daytime highs, mid-30s for overnight lows. Well, we are going to be certainly below both of those numbers as we make our way through today and tonight, thanks to the northwesterly wind that's pushing that cold air in. Now, wind speeds generally between around 7 to 15 miles an hour right now. A little bit stronger as you get closer to the water. Elizabeth City showing up with a 17-mile-per-hour sustained breeze, and that wind is bringing in colder air. But the winds will be shifting from today into tomorrow. Around this evening, again, air temperatures dropping below freezing once we get past 6 p.m. And then from there, clear skies will lead us to some chilly overnight lows. 19 degrees by the time we wake up 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, 21 by 8, 26 by 9. We'll finally get above freezing as we head towards 10 a.m. tomorrow. 44 degrees at noon turns into the mid to upper 40s later on in the afternoon. The combination of sunshine and southwesterly winds will increase the heat a bit for tomorrow, but more so as we head from your Friday into Saturday. As Saturday, we're expecting to see air temperatures rise into the upper 50s. Some areas could even reach the low 60s. But we've got cold air on the way. You see that high pressure system fading. That will again leave us with increasing cloud cover coming in on Saturday. Now, the front itself not going to be giving us much, if any, raindrops in eastern North Carolina as it moves through. We may see a stray shower or two, but not enough to really put a rain chance on your 8-day forecast, at least for your Saturday. But regardless, that cold front moves off the coast Saturday evening to Saturday night and stalls near the coast. With that front stalled near the coast, an area of low pressure will form along that boundary. There you can see that streak of green off of our coast. That is the cold front. And a low pressure system will form just off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. Now, that low pressure system is going to gather up moisture and it's going to help shift it northward into eastern North Carolina, throwing all of that moisture back over an already very cold air mass. And that is how we are going to be getting the snow. So, timing is going to be everything. The later those drops arrive, possibly the warmer we get, but air temperatures will start to come down once we get past around 3-4 p.m. So, as far as snowfall accumulations go, I know this is the point that a lot of people always want to talk about. How much snow am I going to see at my house? Totally understand. Absolutely reasonable question. It's one I always get asked when I go home, even though I live at the house. But my kid's asking, how much snow are we going to see, Dad? Right now, across eastern North Carolina, most areas should see and anticipate about an inch of snow on the ground. Now, there will be a few areas that could see a little bit more than that, maybe 1, 2, possibly 3 inches, but not looking at a major dumping of snow. This is not going to be a record-setting event. This is, again, going to be mostly a dusting to about an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches of snow for areas along and west of Highway 17, along, or really east of 17. You will have more of a rain, sleet, freezing rain mixture early on Sunday that will limit the amount of snow you could potentially accumulate through Sunday, but I do think we will still see some accumulations east of 17, particularly the closer you get to 17, the better. The further east you go, the less chance you have of seeing snowfall actually stick to the ground. But even those areas, say, around Pungo or Belhaven or Aurora, Oriental a little bit too close to the water. We'll say Bayboro and Grantsboro for Pamlico County. Those areas, east of 17, but, not on the immediate coast, likely, again, still seeing about an inch of snow, maybe a little bit less the farther east you go. But let's talk about your 8-day forecast. Again, it is going to be a warm Saturday comparatively speaking, to what we're seeing today, tomorrow, and what we'll see on Sunday. Sunday, high of 39 degrees. Yes, that is above freezing. Saturday night into Sunday, 35 degrees. Again, above freezing. We're not anticipating the snow to really start to stick until we get to Sunday afternoon to Sunday evening. It all depends on how fast we can get those air temperatures down below 32. Now, we'll be well below 32 for your overnight lows Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. During those time periods, any sort of water left on bridges or roads could certainly refreeze, creating very slick conditions for not only Sunday night, but Martin Luther King Jr. Day, specifically in the morning and the late evening hours. And again, Tuesday morning and Tuesday night as well. Wednesday morning could again catch you by surprise. I think by the time we reach Wednesday morning, a lot of the moisture is going to be gone, evaporated, and no longer an issue. But again, do pay attention to those roads. 18 degrees Wednesday night. Anything on the bridges will refreeze. Well, that's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.